I'm going to share with you a piece that I wrote about momentum. It's actually the preface to a much longer, like 30-page longer, the wind is crazy. It's about momentum. Anyway, it says, I don't know about you, but there's something about experiencing the life force of momentum, especially when you feel something is moving and flowing. But when life interrupts the momentous flow, it can leave you feeling frustrated or confused, feeling like you just got started again, connected to the path, led by the rhythm, the spirit-led heartbeat that ignites that barely visible ember inside, and just as it becomes a crackling inferno, it ends up fading out almost as quickly as its echoing roar washed over me. Then, like clockwork, something and or someone brings the flow to an all too familiar screeching halt. But I can't deny, no matter how crushing the interruptions and distractions have been, the internal momentum, the vision and inspiration has not slowed, even though my body may not be able to cooperate. Matthew 26:41 says, "Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." NIV translation. Full of inspiration, feeling the flow of every connection as the pieces of my life's puzzle continue being put together, one excruciating piece at a time. I thought it was hell when I was obliterated by COVID on March 27th, 2021, when I nearly died only to face the aftermath of that unfathomable and severely debilitating long-haul recovery that followed. Just as life looked like it was beginning to move forward, with hope of restoration and the best days ahead, the morning of March 15th, 2022 not only intersected but literally collided, pummeling me, spinning me into this current season of my life, where I have come face to face with the God who sees me and the reality of how He is passionately carrying me as I'm being healed and cared for through an inexpressible agony that screams and claws through its unrelenting emotion, trying to bait me, to save myself, offering and presenting the never-ending surgeries, implantable devices, and procedures that are available and might offer a momentary possibility of relief. But I've seen what my God can and will do when I'm willing to be still and trust Him to do this work. If I'm being allowed to go through this, and I'm willing to endure it to have the real healing, to trust Him in the pain that He's doing the deep work in me that could never have happened in this way without these very insane and miserable circumstances. In the midst of an unimaginable hell where pain abounds and the struggle is real, joy fills me, bubbling through me unlike I have ever known before. Uncontainable joy in the midst of a living hell. And I can't explain it. I can't contain it, and I just can't keep it quiet. It's bubbling, 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 bubbling day and night, exactly like the song I used to sing in Sunday school as a little girl. Only this is more than a song. It's real, and it's alive. At the same time, I've never had so much on my plate, so many limitations, and the baiting fears that clamor, fight, and jeer for my emotional attention to get me to take my eyes off of the only one who could ever bring me through this to the other side, where there's a hope and a chance that life will not be anything like this ever again. This is the hope that warms me inside and reminds me not to forget now, because I'm in too big of a hurry to move as far away from what I'm going through right now, and all the reminders and the delays, the pain and agonizing sorrows. It's here that I'm learning to remember things I didn't even know I'd forgotten. Learning how to be here, now, in this moment where life is real, because I'm here and I'm in it. Here's the place I've done anything and everything to find. And if I'm not careful, I will rush ahead of all of this and forget that I even left myself behind. More than anything, I don't want to miss this pain, the pain that's birthing me. What good is any of it if I can't see God's hands and follow His fingerprints like trails of breadcrumbs, just like from the stories I used to read? They're the clues designed to help me find my way back home when I've lost my way. His hands have been holding me close to Him, even when I didn't believe and couldn't feel anything but the agony of my life. It's here that the me I was is face to face with the real me, who I am, the girl on one side of the looking glass, facing the woman she never thought she would grow up to be. Reflecting the living miracle that's always been waiting for each and every person who's alive right now, It's the unified duality where the two become one, and that equals acceptance. No matter where I am right now or how I feel, I will pour my heart out because these are the living stories that I can't contain. There's no point of having gone through any of this without sharing the map of hope that is written upon the fabric of my heart and soul in the way that I see and can express it. I'm so thankful that Jesus is real and not just some religious idea or ritual. I'm so thankful that he's here right now, writing this with me as I move the words from my heart and pour them onto these pages, saying what I feel I need to say. He fills me again and again with the living water that he is, and just as he promised, it never runs dry. What I know is that Jesus crossed eternity to move heaven and earth for me and for you. His love conquered hell and overcame death because he wants to spend forever with us. And no matter what I've done, no matter what I've been through, or what I've told myself isn't possible or, air quotes, in the cards for me, Jesus has patiently walked through everything I've ever gone through with me. He's always been right here, whether it feels like it or not. His greatest desire is for us to know him personally, because nobody knows more about you and who you are or what you can do than he does. He wants to do life with me. He wants to do life with you forever, simply because he is love, and that changes everything. What I know is that I spent most of my life desperate to become anyone but me. I spent a lot of my life regretting the choices I had made, desperate to make a difference, believing despite everything I've done wrong, that it's still possible to do something great. Not just leave a legacy, but become a living legacy. Carrying and passing the torch of love's inspiration that removes the lid of life. No matter where you are, who you are, where you're from, or the color of your skin, the degree of pain and trauma you've lived through, if you're still here, we are the living proof that Jesus is with us. Nothing we've gone through in this life will be wasted. Your heart is filled with treasures from every moment of your life, the good, the bad, the traumatic, and everything in between. There is an epic adventure inside of you, just waiting for the yes. I have found my greatest blessings in the places of my greatest darknesses and pain. And after a lifetime of trying to control everything and everyone else, I've let go. For the first time, I'm becoming myself. And for the first time in my life, there's absolutely nobody else that I'd rather be than me. That's a miracle. Our stories and lives are the pieces of the puzzle, a tapestry of colors that were made to be woven together, connecting the pieces like one of those dot-to-dot activity books that I used to do when I was a little girl, and creating the living masterpieces that couldn't have become as beautiful as they are without the darkness and the pain that we felt down the roads and paths that we've walked. And believe it or not, they've always had a purpose. So here we are.